as mentioned, everybody should have a cutout of their painting sample in front of them. But I also have the sample right here. If not, I know they've been flying away. I do have a couple of extras. Oh, here's one right here.
I have one.
I have another one over here. Alrighty. So, does everyone have all the materials I described?
Yeah.
Say it again? Everyone have all the materials? Mm-hmm. All right, perfect. Because without further ado, we're going to make sure we have enough. And then the next thing, once you have your yellow, we're going to start by taking a very tiny amount of our, very tiny amount of our red. Now, red is a very strong pigment compared to yellow, so we want to make sure that when we mix it, we are just doing gradual steps. So I'm taking a very small amount of this red with the yellow still on it. I'm going to introduce that to the yellow pile that I had. And I'm going to start mixing. And what this is going to do is it's going to start making almost like a reddish orange. And this reddish orange is going to be very bright. It's not going to exactly be your color just yet, but this will also give you guys a good get you guys accustomed to mixing. We actually won't be doing a lot of mixing today, but this is probably the most complex color we're going to be making, actually. So, hardest, I guess, assume the hardest part first, and then everything is going to be easy going forward. And then once you have those colors mixed in, we're actually going to be introducing a very small amount of white. So I'm just going to take a tiny bit of white, the same way, just right in the edge, and then start introducing that in. And what that white is going to do is going to soften it up a little bit. So we'll get almost like a soft, like a lighter reddish orange compared to what we've had. And if you feel like you have too much of if it looks too yellow to you, and you want to make it a little bit more red, this would be your time to start introducing a tiny bit more red. So, and from there you can just add that red kind of extra. Another thing I want to note too is that in the event that it looks like that our colors don't match, like if I'm using a slightly, if any of the colors I have look a little bit lighter or darker compared to what you have, that's totally fine. Because ultimately this is going to be your sky, and I want to make sure, and ultimately I want to know, especially when the colors like this, like how it, like there's a lot of feeling in terms of this. You want to make sure, like, you see a color, you're satisfied with that color. And then on the opposite, if you feel like you have a little bit more, if it looks a little bit more reddish or pinkish, you can also introduce a little bit of extra yellow. But ultimately, have a very nice color. So just as a sample, this is the color shade that I have. So what I'm going to be doing with this, like I said, like if you feel like it's too pink or too red on your end, you can always start introducing a little bit of yellow. But once you are satisfied with what you mix, we're going to actually find the very beginning. I mean, the very middle, I should say, in this case. We start introducing a single stripe of our color in the center. And we can help find that point by taking our finger right on the top left or the top right corner, whichever is more comfortable for you, and dragging that slightly down. Kind of eyeballing where the center of that line is relative to all the corners. Once you have a good idea of where that is, this is when we start painting. So for this, I actually would recommend giving your paint a tiny bit of a dunk. Very small dunk. It's going to help loosen up that paint. Throw that water, mix it in there. And this, I want this to be kind of like a technique that you utilize whenever we are painting a background, because it's going to help smooth the paint out tremendously. And then right where you have that pointed, just kind of painting that brush. Now it might be a little bit light if it looks like this. Probably a sign that you might need a little bit of picture. Not to worry. about an inch's worth of a stripe. So this is supposed to be like that little nestling of sun on our landmass. Another thing to keep in mind as we are painting our sky, we are going to be, because of the fact that a good chunk of it will be covered by our landmass. These are good signs. It means that everyone is full focus on getting that paint down.
Yeah.
Here we go.
We do this every time.
Awesome. You guys got this down. This is exactly what I'm looking for. That nice curve, getting started, ready to go.
Okay.
Nice job.
I'll take it.
Alright, this is funny. Yeah.
We're trying our best.
Alright, this is funny.
Alrighty. These are looking so good, everybody.
Okay. Oh,
Oh,
Okay, I'll give you guys a bit more time, a bit of extra time to get those curves down. But once you have that very faint white applied, we are going to be washing our brush. So once you're ready to go, just give your large brush a nice scrub. Try to get as much of that excess peach out as you can. Because we're going to start a transition to our blue. Like wipe it on the edge of your cup, give it a good pat on your paper towels. In the event that anyone needs any extra paper towels as well, like if it gets way too dirty, I do have a roll here. Just let me know. Alrighty. So once everybody has their brush nice and washed, we're actually just going to be using white just as it is. We're not going to be mixing any colors just yet, but we're just going to be doing a thin strip of this white, right, half off canvas, half on our very faint white, just to help that transition process. So we're going to be giving a nice, very tiny dip. Grab your white right from the edge. Just make sure that you're getting some good amount there. And we're going to continue doing the curve as well as we are doing this. It's going to be a little bit more pronounced. So I'm going to start on the top and half on the canvas, the blank canvas, half over that white. So now it could be a little bit tough to see because it's white and we're painting on the white canvas. But that's going to change very soon. This is just getting us started on the next steps. But we want to make sure that we're helping that transition to blue. But just make sure also that we're doing a little bit more of a pronounced white curve as we're on. So we're going to be curving a tiny bit more. And make sure you're bringing that white into your off-white, or your peachy white. And if you need help spreading, just dip it right into paint water before you start doing your. So this next step, as I'll go over the next step as we are applying this, because for the next step we're going to want to work a tiny bit faster. We don't want our white to dry out just yet. But the next thing we're going to be white down, we are going to be making our light blue. So for this, we're actually going to start by taking a very small amount of our white from the edge. And we're going to be picking a spot next to it, and that's going to be where we mix our light blue. So the same way we've been mixing our edges, I'm just going to have the white and save it to the side. And just like with how red is a very strong pigment, also is very strong too, especially compared to white. So as we are mixing our light blue, we are just going to start by just slowly introducing blue right from the edge. So I'm taking this right from the edge of my pile, and I'm introducing that blue slowly into the white that I designated for this light blue. And now this white, it's going to be a very light sky blue to start. So it's definitely going to be noticeable compared to the white, and I'll bring this over just so everybody also has an idea of what I'm mixing. I'm mixing something like this. So it's going to be a generous amount of white and then a very small amount of blue. I would say mix a little bit more. Then you want to make sure that you have a nice amount of that white. Alright, excellent. Very generous amount. Nice. Alright, so as we are making this, I'll give everybody a few seconds to get it all settled. Just like we've been doing with our all colors so far, we're going to make small bands of this light blue above and below our current sky and lake. So just like with every other step so far, introduce that water right into my paint, and then I'm going to start painting this right half on the canvas, half on the white, very lightly. I'm going to make that trick more pronounced, and we only need a very small amount of this, so I would not go any thicker than the width of our brush, no much more than an inch. So you want to do like nice big strokes going right over the top. And you'll start to see that kind of pick up as well. You have those different brush into your black. Just kind of take it in there, and then you can kind of roll it. And that roll is going to help coat all of the bristles. Give it a nice so you'll have that nice in there. And the first thing we are going to be doing with this is we are going to be drawing the horizon line. And the horizon line is basically a separation of the sky and a body of water. You see it as like the sunrise sets over it. We won't actually see too much of a horizon line in this, but it's going to help establish where our sky and our lake ends. So for this, we are going to be taking this paint, and we're going to be finding a spot over through our. This is going to be taken right through our darkest color, our darkest pink. And one way to start that I like to do with this is I like to find where we're going to start, and I accidentally got some paint. I like to make a tiny bit of a dot to kind of just mark and say like, okay, this is where my line is going to start. And then once I have that ready to go, I'm just going to reapply some more paint. I'm going to take a nice line right across my canvas. I'm going to do this as I can. You don't need to, before I start, you don't need to have a completely straight line, especially since it's not going to be a line. So I'm going to start where I made my mark, and I'm going to start taking this right across. And as you can see, it is leaving some trace behind, but that's okay. I'm going to come back for that. This is just going to establish where our sky and our lake meets and ends. And I'm going to go back over that. That'll give you guys some time to be able to establish that line right across. And like I said, don't worry about it being a perfectly straight line, because there's going to be elements above and below it, namely our hills and some bits of our reflection as well. We do have those reflections in there. Another thing too is this will also get you accustomed to how our round brush works. So you get a feel of how the paint feels on that while applying that brush. Another rule of thumb too is this: you're having a little bit extra. You need a little bit of extra help applying that, just like we've been doing with the rest of our paint. Nice dunk in the water, nice roll in our paint. That water is going to help loosen up the lines. Now, like I said, that needs to be completely straight to establish where those elements are. This is already the introduce that black paint. It's going to break up where the two of them are. Nice job, everybody. Nice job. Great. Now paper towel, no problem. Of course. All right. There's gonna be a little help kind of like going in. And just like with our first line, don't worry if it's not if the line is not thick. Perfect. That's perfect. You want a nice. Oh, these are looking great. You know what? Wait, what happened? You know what? That's okay. We can. I would say continue taking this down. Take it all the way down. The next cell that you make can be a little bit smaller if you want to. This is definitely something. No. How did you guys use them? So for a situation like this, we can actually take them here, take a little bit further, and because we're going to be filling this in. Yeah, I would say keep going like you have. Take that down. There you go. And then go down. Perfect. Yeah, it's other elements to it. That's okay.
Like build a tree. Yeah. I don't think anyone sells that.
Of course.
Yeah,
Of course.
definitely.
No one.
I was about to say, Amanda's up and down, so I have the dog trees.
And that's what that because dog related shops.
It's gonna be like a silhouette.
I'm literally just taking the paint and making it
Alright. All of these are looking great so far, everybody. You can start seeing now that as we are adding these elements, that there is a divide between the sky and the lake. And we're going to be seeing that flourish even more as we continue adding elements to it. These are coming out great so far. I'll give everybody a minute or so to continue. It's a little bit of a feeling. You feel like a tree belongs there. You draw a trunk to it. So I'm going to actually start out with my tallest trees. And for this, I'm going to go a little bit. I'm going to start going into my sky for this. So I'm going to pick a spot, and then I'm going to start drawing my line. And just like with all the rest of our lines, they don't need to be perfectly straight. So that is going to be the first location I choose for my tree. And I'm going to start doing that several more times. So I'm going to go to my right landmass. I'm going to pick a spot. And I'm going to start drawing the line down. Now, ultimately, you want to make sure that all your trees are different heights. You don't want them to be all tall trees or all small trees. However, as we approach the middle, you might want to focus a little bit more on small trees. So I'm just going to put a sample right here of where a small tree is going to be. But I'm just going to continue to pick spots within my painting to put trees down. So ultimately, this is going to be about how you feel where there should be trees in your painting. So I'm just going to be picking some spots. Put a tree down. Got my trees. For some reason I'm feeling pretty I would just say don't oversaturate too much. We do want to have some of our space kind of still going. So, lo and behold. That's how to focus on right now. As long as we have no paintivers today, that will be fine. Sometimes I've seen bugs go into the paint and it's not fun. But yeah, keep on continuing to establish where you're going to have those trees. And then once you have them ready to go, you're going to put your small round brush in your water. We are going to be giving it a break. We're actually going to be using the large brush in our leaves. But I'll describe that technique shortly. I'll let you guys continue drawing your trunks in. Nice. Very nice. You got those in really nice those trunks.
I'm sorry. By bugs.
Got it, buddy. Alright. Give everybody a few seconds. Just make sure that when you are done drawing in your trunks that your small round brush is in your water. And once you are ready, we're going to be taking our large brush back out. There's only a few more things that it has left. I'm going to open these one and next.
So you must put your in the water, okay, when you switch brush.
And also make sure that you wipe it nice and dry. Because we're going to be utilizing a pretty interesting technique to get these down. Alrighty. feel the heat now. Yeah. All right, so the technique we're going to be using is a dabbing technique. We're going to be dabbing to take our paint, and we're going to be dabbing to apply our paint. And this is going to be a head-on horizontal motion. So we're going to be holding our brushes horizontally. We'll make sure that there is not not a lot of moisture on here. We're going to make sure that we have a very, we call this a dry brush that you're applying. When we get our brushes, we want to make sure that we kind of like do a little bit of a dabbing motion to our collapse. And then off to the side, just kind of dab a little bit of that excess off, so we have a nice coat of it ready to go. And to start, I want to watch me as I do this first. So when I go down, I'm going from top to bottom, and I'm going to start doing this by one corner of my brush. And the same way I've typically experimented, I'm going to do a dabbing motion, back and forth. And seeing it has like that dry, crispy brush. Have nice spread out branches. They are dry in themselves. But I'm going to be, as I go down, start to get the pace wider applications, and then stop and leave some of that trunk behind. So this is what our concentration was. And another layer of that, spread that out. That is my first trick. And I'm going to continue doing this the rest of my trees. This is another demonstration that I'm doing right here. Starting with the corner of my brush. Dabbing motion. Spreading that all around. Bottom. I'm going all the way down, spreading out. Some of that comes behind. All right. I'm going to be doing this to the rest of my trees. If you still need to look at the demonstration, feel free to see how I'm working this technique. I'm starting with my tallest tree. These ones are going to be the most prominent. You'll see that because the bristles are dry, yeah, ultimately that texture of the branches is really cool. You'll notice it too as you ease yourself into it. Smaller trees are going to be it's not a full length going down. And now a technique like this is something that I like to call establishes an artist's thumbprints. And very similar to how everybody's fingers have fingerprints that are different, always unique. The way that people stroke their brushes. I mean, create strokes with their brushes is always different. So, you're going to see your fingerprint very prominently in the way that you apply the paints to these. I'm going to take a quick departure from my canvas to see how everybody is doing so far. Oh, nice. Oh, these trees look nice. Oh, great job, everybody. See see, this is exactly what I'm talking about. I'm seeing so much uniqueness in how everybody is exploring these strokes to these trees. Everybody's trees is nice. I would say half the technique now is a little more here, so it's not as uniform. And so they are fleshing up the tree a little more. When you have that technique, that is exactly the kind of stroke that you're looking for.
Nice. The same here too. Just make sure that you fill it nicely. Otherwise, you have that technique down pat. You have that dabbing down. Nice, guys. You have that dabbing down. Perfect. Perfect. Oh, these are looking so good, everybody. All right, I'm going to continue filling out my trees.
In case anyone needs a further demonstration, but I think everybody's trees are looking fantastic.
Yeah.
Looks like a tree.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what we want.
You'll definitely feel the thing a little bit easier as you walk into working on the smaller ones. Alrighty. I'll give everybody a minute or so to continue working on their trees. You can definitely see that landmass is flushing out now. It's only going to get more. Going over to the next step, and it is going to be the last step that we do with our large brush. But as you can see, we do have a reflection of our landmass to work on as well.
Oh, yeah.
So these are going to be I know this is going to be approaching completely different techniques because it's a reflection on the water, and the water is like a mixture of colors instead of just very crispy elements. It's going to be carried out in different techniques. It's going to be a little bit more muddled, a little bit more shapely. But we're still going to be using above it, I'm going to stop. So ultimately, when you apply those strokes, you should still be seeing the lake water below it as part of the reflection. You want to make sure that you have some of those gaps left behind. But also keep in mind that there will be one extra element added on top of them. I'm going to demonstrate over here with my second. And this one's slightly longer. So I'm going to stretch out a little longer. And I am leaving some of those strings behind. You have to see that lake. The colors in that lake is still showing. And when we are done with this step, we're going to put our large brush into the water where it's going to lift the rest of the session because this work here is done. But for now, we're going to take a look at how everybody's is doing so far. And it looks like I'm seeing a lot of great stuff here. Nice job, everybody. With those strokes, I'm still seeing that lake water through. And we're going to be adding another element on top of that as well. But I do like the application of that. I am seeing those colors still come through. Nice. Nice. Oh, you guys got this. Perfect. Give everybody a few seconds. Alrighty. So then the last step we're going to be doing as part of this landmass is doing the reflections of the sun. This is a little bit different. We're actually going to be representing our reflections by the way of squiggly lines that drift down to the bottom, towards the bottom into this reflection of the sky. So I'm going to be taking my small brush for this. There's some nice right. And this is a little bit fun, the way that we can handle this stroke. Now for this we want to introduce a tiny bit of water. So loosen that up slightly. At the same time, you can rolling the brush into your paints. Cut it. And for every
So guys, everybody has finished painting today, and as you can see, paintings are all beautiful. This is the painting instructor, Alexandra.
Hi.
Tell them where they can find you guys.
If you go on our website, Paint the Town, business card right here, you can see what kind of parties we provide, what kind of paintings that we do. Fill out the form and we'll send you a quote.
There you go, guys, and she was awesome today. Kbmp Sip and Paints. Hi guys, so I'm here with the painter from Paint the Town, Alexandra, and she's gonna tell us how was her experience with my group today here in the park.
Hello, my name is Allie. I am painting instructor for Paint the Town, and I had a wonderful morning with everyone here today. We painted a beautiful starry night on the lake painting, and one thing that I always like to stress when it comes to painting is that I always want it to be a fun, comforting experience for everyone, and through instructing I get to meet various people of various experiences with painting, but ultimately I want them all to have a nice time, and I would definitely say this group today definitely had. It's a partly cloudy but warm day, but everybody refreshed with some drinks and food. We gathered and we painted. Everyone did such an amazing job too. Saw a lot of very unique things today from what everyone painting, and that's exactly the kind of experience that I wish to convey through the events that I host. So I am very happy with today's experience, and I hope that everyone does something similar in the future. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.
KERRYANNBROWN, big up yourself, sir. Good for past show, cultural event, everyone. Actually, someone complained that the event was too good.
Really?
Yeah, them say them get a lot more than they bargained for.
Wow.
So that's a good thing.
Yeah.
So people look out for the next one. I'm sure Karen will tell you when that's gonna be. And yeah, it was great.
Painting is finished, guys, and I'm here talking with two of the new Picassos today, Mr. Richie Innocent, the poet, author, and Captain C out of Canada.
See it there? We're there. KERRYANNBROWN, music promotion, Sip and Paint. We're there celebrate the thing, and the thing mad, the thing sell off. They don't know it already. Captain C there.
Yes.
You don't know Richie Innocent, the man reggae artist, dub poet, author of the book Perseverance, a book of poetry. And it's a beautiful event. It was a beautiful day, and experience is a beautiful one and a unique one. Like I say, getting the opportunity to express my art form, apart from putting words together, you got to use the brushes, the paint brushes, to put a beautiful painting together.
Yeah.
And like I say, Leonardo da Vinci, none of those painters in the past, I don't think they have anything over today. Yeah, you see the work of myself and CC. So they have to look out for us. We are artists and in every form.
Right.
So persons can get to, purchase what we have here, and we can donate it to, whatever foundation, Highly Clapping Bipolar Foundation or Autism Speak, whatever you name. And this is going to be an annual event. So I know that Kerryan will keep you abreast, give you information as to, what it's going to be like. It may not be the same location, but it's going to be bigger. And I know that it's going to be better, and the experience is going to be a lovely one. So I'm here, the opportunity to also hang out with my wife, Marvia, at the invitation of Kerryan. I say blessed love to you.
Thank you.
This is an awesome experience. This
Thank
is a
you.
lovely day, And the Most High has given us life.
Exactly.
Precious life.
Yeah.
And this is our painting.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
That is it. Yeah.
Do remember, new single.
Real deal.
You understand? It's on every platform right now. It's on all the radio stations that play. All from Jamaica, Canada, New York, England, Germany, whole Europe. Make sure you listen.
Support the real deal. And so when it's a real deal, overall it's the real deal. So support also the book Perseverance, a book of poetry. You can get it on Amazon.com, you can get it on my website, RichieInnocent.com, and you can also get it at VP. So be prepared, just go there, purchase, and left your reviews. Support.
Yeah.
It's very necessary. Yeah, man, they don't know, and it's positive.
That is it.
Yeah, man.